blessing on it. Too real, this ain't metaphoric. We just put the I in iconic, buzzing like I'm electronic. Yeah, I put a blessing.
Hey everybody, I'm Tiffany Foy. Welcome to the Ramblin' Gypsy podcast. Today we are back in my she shed, and we have a very special guest. This is Lance that we are going to, no?
No,
Not?
Dustin.
Dustin. Where'd I get Lance from?
I don't know.
I thought you said...
to see if it was on the poster, and I was like, what the fuck?
I thought you said it was Lance
You know,
earlier.
since I cut all my hair off, I look like a Lance.
Lance?
Kinda, yeah, I feel
Well,
like,
hey, everybody meet Dustin and Lance.
Yeah.
You know, I like to give everybody a good name.
I'm in my Lance area.
I swore that you texted me that earlier when I said we have two people showing
No,
up.
I said
And
Alyssa can't make it.
Yeah.
oh, I don't know.
That's
It's been a
probably
long
not
morning.
You said
I
Dustin earlier, though, I think.
Did I?
I think,
Shit,
or maybe
I
you
don't
said
know.
Dustin.
I don't know. I had a 30-minute bloody nose to start off my day amongst everything else. So,
Yeah.
anyways, now this is Dustin,
Yeah.
everybody, and I'm Tiffany. In case y'all don't know, and in case I don't know or I forgot.
Yeah.
But so you are doing your musically inclined and doing
Sometimes.
some music things up and down River Road, which is where we are in New Braunfels.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
Yeah.
How it got started, the
We-
festival.
Yeah, we've been
This
doing.
is it. It's called In a Jam Down by the River.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get that straight and not fuck that up.
No, it's all good. Well, as the name hints, you know, it's like kind of a callback to the Chris Farley bit and stuff, because the
So
first year
good.
was kind of a joke. You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, we all just got together because we had nothing else going on, kind of thing. And then yeah, they're like, well, that was fun. Let's do it again. And now it's a full-on thing with a very long name and a very long .com, you know. But
So was it
It's
just a
unique.
group of friends of y'all's just decided y'all go camping one weekend?
yeah, no, we you know, we weren't taking a stance or anything like that. Just preface, but it was like 2020 towards the end of it, and you know, everything got canceled and pushed out, and me and all my musician friends and stuff that we'd all been rehearsing and playing together anyway, and friends
Yeah.
like that. And then we had friends who were non-musician who had taken off work for a festival. Then it got pushed to October, and then it got canceled completely. So and they were like, well, we have time off, and then on our end, it's like, we don't have any gigs, like, you know, so it was just a couple of us or whatever got together, more or less like a camping weekend, and we put on a show. And then the next year, like, hey, you want to do it again? And they
Where are you guys all from?
kind of all over Texas.
All over?
Yeah, just some kind of in like the songwriter community or whatever,
Yeah.
and just in the broader, all over Texas. So,
Right.
and we really just came down here for the river and just for the setting in October. It's just so beautiful.
It
you know, 'cause
is.
it's kind of empty down here, and the weather's
Leaves
nice.
are starting to change.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like now that we've done it here a few years, we've been bringing in more local people and stuff like that. We got the Reed Brothers coming out this year.
Yeah.
The Rough Stock have been with us a couple of years, people like that, you know. And now that we're kind of part of the community, it's like, let's bring in the community, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got people all the way from coming in from Louisiana, Alabama, all the way from North Texas, West Texas, East
Nice.
Texas, and abroad. So.
Nice.
Oh, and we have a gal from the UK coming this year, Nia Nichols.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Shout out to our girl over here.
Yeah.
Yep. That's nice. That's awesome. That's
Yeah, so
awesome.
a little
So
bit of everything.
how long have y'all been doing this?
Fifth year.
Fifth
Fifth
year. And it's been a mountain breeze every time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they've worked with us, so.
Paul's
Worked
such a
with
good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of sets up and lets you guys accommodate and makes it
Yeah.
an easy flow, and it's a nice big area. And
Mhm. Yeah, with the, you know, the thing that, like, yeah, they're easy to work with. And then, you know, the showers and the grounds. You know, we got cabins, we got RV spaces, and
Right.
we can, your ticket just includes tent camping or car camping, whatever you're going to end up doing, you know.
Nice.
So it's made it pretty seamless or whatever. You're not having to worry about all the logistics of, like, bringing in, you know, bathrooms, bringing in showers, or,
Right.
and even food. They always have, you know, whoever's running
Vendors or- yeah.
We bring in some vendors too, but they always have the concession there, you know. So it's just been nice and pretty seamless. And
have y'all always had it a weekend festival, or did it just start off being one day and then turned into?
oh, hello. No, it's always been. I think since the get-go, we did it Thursday through Saturday, but it was, you know, it was just smaller. Like it was like a couple
Right.
of acts each night. Now we're at the point where it's basically like noon to midnight every day. So from Thursday to Friday, and then or Thursday to Saturday, and then Sunday this year we're gonna do music from like noon to 3-4 p.m.
Oh, nice.
because there's always people hanging around anyway.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of like, nobody wants to go home yet.
Right.
It's like, we'll have a few people just play during the daylight hours right there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, good.
so pretty much from the moment you get there Thursday at 4 o'clock till 4 o'clock Sunday, there's just music all night long and all day long. Cause
That's pretty cool.
a lot of jam circles and stuff
Yeah.
pop off. So
At my place, I have a lot of people that have figured out. We've had it for 10 years now, and it's a lot of people will come in the Wednesday before and stay till Monday because they figured that Sunday is just the rush to get back home, the rush to get out, and it's kind of the day to have a little bit of R&R and relax and hang over that extra Monday. So that's
Right.
and hangover is kind of a key word there.
yeah.
But it kind of gives them. So that's pretty cool that you guys added music to that
Yeah, because I think like
on Sundays.
the traffic on 35 has gotten so horrendous, especially on a
It's
Sunday
insane.
going home. Everybody from wherever they're at, San Antonio,
Right.
Austin, wherever.
Right.
So yeah, people just want to hang out, and they
Nice.
usually buy an extra night with Mountain Breeze, and
Right.
they'll even stay and camp another night, which is
Yeah.
just on their accord,
Yeah,
But
that's awesome.
during the day, just give them some music.
So about how
Yeah.
many bands do y'all have?
I think this year it's like almost.
You
50.
can guess. I mean, I guessed
No,
your name.
no, it's almost 50.
I mean, I just called you whatever. I could have called you a lot of worse things, but we're just,
Yeah.
we're new. We're new. It's
Lance
new
is
in our
not bad.
friendship.
I like. I don't know. I like.
I
Maybe
can't
that'll be
believe
my.
I did that, but then yes, I can. Yes,
That'll be
I can. Your
alter ego for the festival.
Well, what time do we want to kick off the Lance show? We're
Yeah.
about 8 o'clock, 9-ish.
Yeah.
I have a friend. Well, it's actually not a friend. I mean, she is my friend, but she's like my daughter. She's my daughter's best friend. My daughter-in-law's best friend, and she has a tattoo inside of her lip that says Tina. There's Tina. And I was like, what in the blue hell? Why?
Yeah.
And
Why
it's
Tina?
after a certain, she turns into Tina, and so she went and
okay.
So I mean, you said you got a tattoo artist. If you turn into Lance later on at the festival, I expect to see you getting a
Well,
Lance tattoo somewhere.
Well, I've got a nickname for that. I've got that same group that actually all the friends that took the time off.
Yeah.
Whatever, we all go to festivals together before we started this one.
Nice.
And we have like our alter ego drunken names. Mine was always Banshee because I would
Well, we just
act
changed
like
that.
act like
Yeah.
a Banshee. I think Lance is better fitting now because I haven't been a Banshee in a long
Lance
time.
is more like a collar type
Yeah.
before you get to the Banshee, I would
Right,
think.
right.
You know?
Yeah, Banshee's not good. Banshee's like running around with clothes off and stuff, and
Yeah,
just
that would
being
be me.
running into the river.
That would be.
Like, but, it's not a pretty sight when I'm doing. It's just terrible.
Just
like,
let 'em go.
Running through somebody's apartment complex,
Yeah.
just banging on doors just for the fun of it.
This is going to be a good festival, you guys. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the dates when the Banshee comes out. It's
Right.
before Lance. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Lance. We'll hope for Lance.
Yeah.
And we got another friend. Her name is Casey, and we always call her Stacy. And she get a little,
Everybody
crazy.
knows
with
about
her. Yeah,
Stacy.
yeah,
Just because,
yeah.
it's kind of like the Richards hung out and for a while, and then you got the Karens, and then
Yeah.
there's the Stacys,
Yeah,
and now there's the Lances, and yeah.
Yeah, and I forget what they gave her a new name. I'll have to come. She laid off the liquor and started the new CBD stuff these days.
Oh.
Everything the legal
So now
legal
she's
tech.
calm.
Yeah,
Now
I can't
she's
remember.
a calmer
Now they give
Stacy.
Yeah, but they gave her a good name. I can't remember what it was. It'll come to me, but yeah,
It's gonna be a good time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we do the river stage too. So like at night, like after midnight,
Yeah.
everybody kind of dwindles down into there,
By the
kind of
water.
chills out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And goes back to the acoustic acts and stuff.
It's a
but-
different vibe down there on the water
Mm.
when we have 2 stages at our place, and it's a different vibe when guys play up top versus down below. Just the
Yeah.
acoustics is different, the ambiance is different, and yeah, it's really cool.
I'm
It's
sure
really
y'all
cool.
get the same effect like from the water and the cliffside down there, and it just
Oh,
there's no
yeah.
delay or reverb on it. It's
It's
just coming back.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah, I have to kind of help everybody do sound and set up speakers and stuff down there because I know how it's going to spin and go, and if you've
Right.
never heard it or witnessed it or whatever, it's a really cool vibe. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, or it
excited.
can totally throw you off as a sound engineer.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like, what's
completely,
happening?
completely. Yeah, we had a big group come out. I think it was early summer on, and they brought a whole sound group, and I kept telling them, and that guy was just like, "This woman's really about to piss me off." And then once they were about 2 songs in, he kind of looked at me like, "Yeah, okay, you get it, you
Yeah,
get it." But it is, it's a totally different vibe down there.
Right.
Yeah. So
And
how
that's
many
what-
stages you guys gonna have?
So it comes out to like 4. We have like in the daytime, there's a bar stage inside the bar there at Mountain Breeze.
Yep.
So everybody can be in the AC, get their food, kind of hang out with like
Right.
a listening room kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And then then
That's
we have
cool
2.
that y'all are gonna do that. I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, it just everybody goes in there and it's like you're
Like
still
a
kind of
fuzzball in my
recovering
hat,
on the night before, and you can come in and get you a drink and get you some food and just sit down and hang out in the AC
Mhm.
because they got that now. For a long time they didn't.
They didn't.
but,
Yep.
But yeah, so and then around 3 or 4 every day, it moves down to the main stage area, which we have 2 stages, basically kitty corner each other, so we can just constantly be loading one, playing the other one.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice.
And then around 10:30 or 11 at night is when everybody the bands stop and we go down and we do like 3 or 4 like premier acoustic kind of sets or whatever and yeah, so everybody same thing, kind of a loose listening room rule where like you get down there. It's not no one's gonna tell you to shush, you know, but
Yeah.
you just get it because
Yeah.
everyone else is quiet and everybody's coming off their buzz, you know, or whatever. You know.
Or whatever
And,
it is.
Yeah, or whatever. And everybody just really
In their
chills
van
out.
down by the river.
Yeah. and then yeah, this acoustic artist just like I said, bouncing off the limestone walls over there. It's just
it's
beautiful.
epic.
And so everybody just naturally just chills
Chills.
out. And then after that, everybody goes to the campfire and we
Yeah.
still sing songs and play, but the
Right.
party starts kind of. I mean, it's still a party, but you know what I mean. It
Yeah.
kind of kicks back up, or you go to
Right.
sleep. One of the two. So.
Yeah, it's kind of wild if you've not experienced in a smaller festival, so to speak, but not really a smaller festival, but it does give them the, like you're saying, the listening room vibe. It
Yeah.
kind of gives you the best of both worlds, where you can you get the big festival vibe, but then it gives people that are staying and camping time to have an intimate setting with you guys and get to know more about y'all
Certainly, yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and even with like the headliners, I'm sure one day we'll have to do it, but like we're still small enough that like we don't have barrier fences. We don't,
Right.
you know, I understand the importance of like VIP for like selling tickets and stuff, but we've tried to like keep away from that. And,
Yeah.
And I want to because it's just all even playing field. And yeah, like last year, Grady Spencer from
Yeah.
Grady Spencer The Work is standing like right there.
Right there.
Anybody can come up to him and talk to him, whether
That's
an artist
awesome.
or a fan. Like I said, if we get bigger, I guess we'll have to do.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have to do that, but for
Right.
now, yeah, or like all these up and coming singer songwriters that like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might make best friends with, you know, somebody who just got started and 10 years from now are going to be huge. You
Yeah.
know? But you can do that right here and there.
Right.
And then there's all the folks that are like, that just like to pick and play, but, you know, don't do it for a career or whatever. They
Yeah.
can come and enjoy themselves too and get in all the circles and play. Or other artists, we always tell everybody when they submit to play, it's like, you know, we can only fit so many people, but
Right.
come down and just hang out. Like,
Yeah.
we've made our tickets super affordable, you know, as affordable as we can. Like,
Right.
And it's like, you can come down and just get to meet all these folks, get to play, get to hang out, and a lot of time playing around that campfire, then you end up on the stage the next year. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like,
So what are the ticket prices, or what are the options, so we can kind of tell everybody?
So like, we'd have to pull it up to get exact, but if I remember right, like a day pass was good for any day. You know, most people do it for Saturday, but it's
Right.
$70. That's all day for your camping as well. The weekend pass is I think $150 right now, $150, but includes tent camping. And then like some of the upgrades for that would be an RV spot. It's like
Right.
another $150. A cabin, which are almost sold out. There's only like 2 or 3 left.
Gotcha.
They kind of range from like the 300s to the 500s, depending on what you're getting.
Right.
And it's all for the weekend. You know, we're
Cool.
not capable to sell them for like the day or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, you know, but if you're just like an OG festival
Yeah.
kind of going person like I've always been, $150 gets you the entire weekend and your tent camping. You got
That's a
real
hell of a
showers,
deal.
real bathrooms.
Yeah.
You know, and it's BYOB, so we're not forcing people
Well,
to buy
too,
stuff,
and I'd
you
like
know.
to mention, if there is no more cabins, Gypsy River,
Sure.
we're literally
Yeah,
a minute maybe down the road,
Yeah.
and yeah, we've got,
y'all got shuttles too, huh?
we do, we absolutely do. We have,
shuttle back and forth.
we will run them back and forth. We've got 4
Yeah.
bungalows that are fully air conditioned. They're
Yeah,
literally like glamping tents, you know, where you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do that. We've got cottages, and we've got a big river house that sleeps 11 comfortably. We've had up to 21 in there.
yeah.
So yeah,
Well, yeah,
if,
now that
if
we
there's
like we
if-
talked last time, yeah,
Yeah.
I can put a link there on our.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, I wouldn't worry about selling them myself, but I'll just link it.
Yeah.
So when we do sell
yeah,
out, they
just
can
in
just
case
go
they
straight to
do.
you.
You know, I know a lot of people. AC is important in Texas,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
this time of year,
Right,
and you
right.
don't know what it's going to do. But yeah, some
Yeah.
of the guys from a couple of the other festivals up and down, it's become a really cool thing in October up and down River Road here
Mm-hmm.
lately. Has been some really cool festivals, and
Right.
so it's
Yeah, you
it's
got.
good because we're not very far from each other. So
No, not at all.
yeah.
Yeah, we definitely can. You know, we talked a few months ago. We were still
Yeah.
trying to fill everything, but now it's like filling up. We
Yeah.
definitely, and that's my goal. You know, I've told Paul that, and then I think
Yeah, we did
talked
talk
for-
about it, and that's
It's
super
like,
exciting because
Yeah, get this thing
us
like
helping
huge.
musicians and doing what we've
Yeah.
done on the music side, my husband and I, and then you guys. It's a really cool little vibe that we
Sure.
that I think would be really, really cool.
Yeah, and the
long
bigger the
term,
better.
and yeah.
Where we get to the point where all the campgrounds are kind
Right.
of filled, and you know there'll be one center place where the music is happening, but that'd be really
That
cool.
would
At
be
least
epic.
a few within the few campgrounds within
Right. I agree.
right around Mountain Breeze and stuff,
Yeah.
and we get to that point where it's like October's that weekend is the whole River Road looks like summertime, but they're all
Yeah.
coming to the festival. We
Yeah.
get some huge headliners and stuff.
That would be epic.
Yeah, but still feature our whole kind of like ethos is featuring the up and coming and like songwriters too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time like songwriters don't get invited to festivals because they're amazing and everybody loves them, but like you know festivals don't want to risk that for like their big crowd.
Right.
So they bring in the big bands and stuff.
Mhm.
Where we're gonna always keep that going where it's like songwriters. Festival, you know.
Songwriters.
Still have the bands.
That's cool.
and national touring acts that are coming in and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, we want the people that you know you find under a rock and
Yes.
that are gonna be big one day kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
How did you start in the music business? How did you start in the music scene?
I guess like everybody in high school, just trying to be cool or
Yeah.
something because I wasn't good at sports and stuff. But
Is it not running in the family?
my granddad was kind of a championship level fiddle player, but had a wife and family and all that before those opportunities could have come to him. But in
Yeah.
Belton, Texas, like down in the Grove, he was very well known for his fiddle playing and stuff.
Really?
And then my two sisters like play guitar, and two of my three sisters play guitar and sang and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
never really did much commercial or like that. One of my sisters kind of got back into it in her older years and played with a few bands. Also kind of Belton, Austin kind
Mm-hmm.
of scene, and then. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, you know, my dad's a truck driver, my mom's a seamstress, and I just had to figure it out on my own. I just knew I liked to write and sing songs, so
Nice.
still figuring that,
Still
figuring
figuring it out?
the singing part out. but
Yeah.
I think I write a pretty good song most of the time.
Nice. That's
but,
good.
But yeah, just been just kind of DIYing since day
Yeah.
one. So it's all coming together a little bit now.
That's
but,
cool.
hey,
I've talked to a lot of musicians. I don't think I've heard anybody say a DIY
yeah.
as a musician.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool little statement piece.
Well, I just mean in the sense that like there was nobody to, and there
To
still
really
hasn't.
know, yeah.
We'll say,
know-
hey, connect me to this person or that
Yeah.
person. I've just kind of had to
Just
slowly
kinda
trudge along,
Yeah. That's
figure it
awesome.
out piece by piece. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of another reason we started the festival. It's like,
Yeah.
well, we'll just do our own thing. You know, I always hear people in the scene that are, and not you know, we all cry about different things, but it's like, oh, well, I didn't, you know, how do I get in with that group, or how do I get in with that label, or on that festival? And by the time you've heard about a scene or a group, it's too late. You know?
Right.
And not only is it too late, but it's really easy for us to like, I don't know, kind of put an evil mark. Oh, they don't want.
Yeah.
It's like no, it's just that's a group of friends that started together 10 years ago, and they all supported each other. They all put on shows and had each other on, had festivals, whatever. And now you're just seeing it at the top, and you think you can't get in. It's like, well, we're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna, we all play together. We all do shows together. We do this festival together, and it's like, and yeah, the idea is that we all grow together with it, and one day the festival will sell out, and we're all
Yeah.
sellouts, you know. So.
How have you guys found, like you were saying, the musicians that are under the rock, or how have y'all brought these guys in?
So just like being, well, this particular poster, most of these guys aren't our, these are our headliners this year, but
Yeah.
but everybody else, and not everybody else is under a rock either, but just doing music, you know. So I'm out and I'm still active myself. Got an
Yeah.
album coming out in February and
Nice.
stuff, and just did a few releases here recently and whatnot.
Nice.
But just being out playing open mics and playing all these little under the rock kind of gigs,
Under the
you
rock
know?
dive bars
Yeah.
and such?
Yeah, and you just meet people that you're like, they're so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at their following, you look at all their stuff, you look at where they're playing, you're like, that ain't right, you know?
Yeah.
So going for broke here to try to give people I care about and myself, you know,
I
like
love
I
that.
play it too, so it's not like it's not all selfless, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, just these people deserve somewhere to play and
I
to be
agree.
seen, you know, and to just feel like the feeling of a festival, playing a big stage and having good sound, and like and
Right.
then getting to open for like the Desalone, Scott Ballou, you know, these our headliners this year. It's just like
Yeah.
I think it's an opportunity that a lot of folks still are working towards getting, you know. So we just want to be that bridge, you know, I guess. Bridge
I
it
think
for
it's pretty
ourselves,
cool.
too.
I think it's pretty cool. It's very similar to what we have done.
Mhm.
You know, helping musicians along the way, and it's
Mhm.
kind of they've called me the music mama for a long time, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like being the proud mama moment where I get
Yeah.
watch them grow, watch them climb, and watch their wings spread and fly and
Mhm.
go and do, and it's such a good feeling. So
Yeah.
I know you guys kind of I mean, even y'all yourselves,
Yeah.
everybody starts somewhere. You got to start at the bottom
Oh,
and
yeah.
crawl all the way up to the top. And
Sure.
sometimes you don't make it. Sometimes you fall. Sometimes you fuck up and call people the wrong names and
Yeah.
shit and whatever. But
It's all right. It's
you
all
know,
right. We
yeah,
probably both done
I'm
so
gonna
much
come in
worse.
hot with a nice name tag for you this weekend. I
Yeah.
mean, no, this weekend particularly. Yeah. So, if you only knew, I literally have a nickname for everyone, and it may not come right out of the gate. It may take a month. It may take 2 months. It may take 5 minutes. It may it may just happen by accident. Who knows? But yeah, it's kind of like my whole vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a gypsy where I just make up my own words, and
Nice.
so it's, I don't know, it's just part of my retardness or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. It's good.
you know, call me anything you want. I mean, most of my nicknames have been idiot, asshole,
Yeah.
dumb
Like,
fuck. You know,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So
I've
I'll
been
take
called a lot of those
yeah,
too
yeah.
myself.
So any nickname's fine. But yeah, it should be a good year. Should be a good year down there. And yeah, you were telling me last time. You're talking about like supporting people too.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling there, but then it's like it pays dividends too. Or you told me about some young kid that's a guitar player now, and you ran into him like in Vegas or something. and
Yes.
he's like,
We were. So he,
oh, that's gotta be so cool.
oh my gosh, it was crazy. So he's 11 or 12 at the time, maybe.
Mhm.
They're fine. You can't hurt. And yeah, came down with a friend of ours, E-Rock, and he was staying at the resort for about a month or so, and his son's friend, and the kids ended up hanging out with me the whole time, and he was out here playing his guitar, and I mean, he literally was like a little
guy, right?
yeah, 11, 12 maybe, walking jukebox. There wasn't anything that you could not throw at that kid that he could not play. And we put out a little beer bucket for him, and within a few hours, he had like $300 in
Made
tip
more
jar.
money than
Yeah, I
anybody
mean,
else, yeah.
than any musician that plays for a living had
Yeah.
even thought about making. Yeah,
Right.
it was insane. And then, yeah, we were down, maybe Nashville, or maybe Vegas at a show, and I don't even know how we got in the conversation. My best friend's the drummer. It was Josh Ward. It was who was playing, and he said, "Man, you got to come check out the steel guitar player." And he walked up, and I said, "Holy shit!" And he goes, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, "How could I ever freaking forget you?"
That's so
My gosh, yeah, he's on the road playing steel guitar and just slaying it.
Yeah. It's
And
so
it
cool.
is just amazing. I mean, literally, I was just in tears. I was like, look at this child, and how did this ever happen? And yeah, they ran into each other, and I think Brooks introduced him to Josh and was like, yeah, he's 19. And he was like, you got to hear this kid play. And I was like, y'all should have heard him at 11.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? I mean, yeah, of course, at 19, he's a freaking musical genius. I mean,
Right.
he's just insane. And yeah, he's just kicking ass and taking names and on the road with Josh and just doing amazing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's so cool.
he's so, that was a very proud, really cool
Proud
moment.
music
I'm
mom moment.
thinking, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, there's been a lot of really cool songs, like you're talking about songwriting, and Down by the River, and up here at our place, in our little circle that we have up top, there's been a lot of musicians that have come and sit around up here in wee hours in the morning and watch the sun come up, and
Oh, yeah.
have written some pretty amazing tunes. But it's a pretty cool thing to witness. So yeah, if you guys don't know about this this event right here, this would be a good time to see some really
Oh yeah.
amazing talent and things come to fruition. And one of the things that I've really noticed, a lot of people don't get to witness in our little music scene in New Braunfels. It's not little; it's actually rather ginormous. But these guys can, a guitar player cannot be able to play, or a drummer, or whatever, somebody in the group, and they'll call up another one, and they can literally just jump on stage and just
Jump right in.
just like they've never even, I mean, it's mind-boggling to me, literally. And you can just watch them, and they're watching the guitar, or the bassist is watching the drummer, and the drummer's watching the bass, and it's like the next thing you know, they're just like, what? I mean,
Just
do y'all
doing
even
it.
know each other's names, and y'all are just up here just slaying it? Like,
Yeah.
it's really cool vibe. It's really cool to see how things like that can happen, and how you guys can just, the artistry and the talent, and can come together and just make shit happen is just mind-boggling.
Oh,
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of that with the jam. Is like, 'cause a lot of these songwriters that we're picking up, and I'll push them to be like, hey, like I want, because I've seen them do like a full band show here or there, but they don't have
Right.
an established band yet. They just kind of had some people come in. I'm like, hey, I want you to do like full band at this festival. You know, like
Yeah.
it's time for you. You know, and
Yeah.
like, I don't have this person, other person. I'm like, give me a minute, and let's start sending out texts to all
Right.
the different people who are playing, and next thing you know, like, you know, there'll be one drummer that's playing like 3 different people that day.
Yeah.
There'll be a guitar player popping in with a few different people, a
Mhm.
bass player, and then like
Yep.
same thing with gear. Like everybody brings all their gear down, and like
Yeah.
you'll have some guy show up. You know, maybe just got started with his little bass amp or something. They're like, no, get that out of here. Like pull a big amp peg out.
Right.
Like play on this. You know?
Yeah.
It's really it's a community. Like we are a festival, I guess by definition, but it's really like a community.
It is.
You know, and like
And it's such a unique
guess.
one, and it's such a cool family, and such a cool vibe, and
Mhm.
it's neat to be a part of that and watch how it comes together. You mentioned the Reed brothers, and those are two kids I've watched from the beginning
Yeah.
go, and yeah,
they're pretty cool. I'm still yet to meet them in person yet, but I've been digging on their music and stuff.
the
I'm
sibling
excited about it.
harmonies are a real thing in
Yeah.
that, in those two, and I don't know who's all coming with them, but I will know them.
Yeah, they're
But
supposed
I
to
don't
be
know
full
who.
band. So.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good vibe. So yeah,
That's what because the Alyssa that y'all met, you know,
Uh-huh.
let's put it on her and Reed Coles. They kind of this year I was like, and Sean Ryan, he's out of San Marcos or whatever, and I was
Yeah.
like, hey, y'all give me like a list of people, you know, like because I'm always in and out of here. Like more of my stomping grounds has been like central and north and west,
Right.
you know, and then like out of state. But I've always been like down in Austin and whatnot. But the scene down there has always changed so much. and-
yes,
But down here now, yeah, it's like I want to be involved in here. I want to get to know everybody, and I'm starting to learn a few
Starting
folks.
to-
But yeah, just that they were like the Reed brothers showed up on 2 of their 3 lists. I was like, well, okay, that's a
And
no-brainer.
that's a good one.
And I looked them up. I'm like, oh yeah, they're legit.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll just headline them. Let's
Yeah.
do it. So they're
That's
headlining
awesome.
Thursday. Too.
well, I think
But,
that's really smart that you brought for a Thursday crowd, that you brought one of our locals that's
Yeah.
from here, that is
Sure.
extremely. Everybody in town knows the Reed
Mhm.
brothers,
Yep.
and whoever they're going to have up there with them, full band. Whether it's, I mean, if I could name a list a mile long, but
sure.
they'll draw a solid crowd, and
Yeah, and that was
we'll make
kinda-
sure and we'll share it and blast it and let everybody know
Definitely.
that the boys are in town. So, and they were playing a good local gig and down out here, so it'll be good.
The same night, we've got High Water Gamble and Ghost Dance Band. They're both like in the same kind of vibes, and they've been with us for a long time. You
Nice.
know, they're out of Oklahoma, and then down here in Texas. So I think it'll be a good Thursday. Will be kind of a little more like a little more rock kind of
Yeah.
feel vibe. You know?
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
Yeah, I've got a little group that I set up a long time ago. Golly, maybe back in 2014,
Mhm.
and it's called Starving Artist.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
it was yeah,
Fits-
and it
fits
was
us real
just
well.
it was just a deal that we created. And it was to take. I mean, that was a long time ago. It was almost 10 years ago, and we put it together to reach out to musicians and let them know, hey, you know, we just bought our place on the river, and you know, we're in the music scene, and we want to take you guys that are under the rock, or the
Yeah.
young high school kids,
Just
or the
getting started,
whatevers,
yeah.
and introduce them to people. And I've told so many musicians that do come and play at our place, you have to remember, y'all could play at our places on River Road every single weekend, and you'd have a different crowd every single
time,
weekend.
Yeah, 'cause all the tourism
And so
comes
when
in.
you guys they go back home to Houston or Corpus or Dallas or wherever they come from, East Texas, West Texas, and they hear and see you guys, they're gonna be like, hey, I heard these guys at Gypsy River one weekend, blah, blah, blah. So they can, you know, they'll follow you out and about, but it's, you know, a lot of people don't think about that, when you could literally be a house band on the river and have a different crowd every single weekend.
yeah.
But it's, yeah.
That's kind of
So we did.
same thing with like Austin and Fort Worth.
Right.
You know, you can play that residency, and or like,
Mhm.
you know, I'm not really a Stockyards band, but a lot of the guys that do that,
Yeah.
it's, you know, I've been down there before, and they go, all right, you know, everybody yell if you're like from Fort Worth. And it's
Yeah.
like, woo. And then
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
yell if you're from Texas. Woo. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, who's traveled in? And the whole crowd
The whole
erupts.
place
Like,
goes
so you're,
insane.
you're getting like a nationwide
Yeah.
crowd. Just
Yeah.
same thing with you guys. Everybody
Right.
comes down here to
From-
flow, you know.
Yep. Talk about being a starving artist and being a starving festival, and just starting from the ground up. You know, I did Fall Fest at my resort for 5 years, I believe, and I discontinued it. At the time that I started it, it was there was nothing in town. I had some friends Renee and Steve Trevino, and they came into town, and at the time Garrett was like 6 months old, and she was like, where do I take him for a pumpkin patch? And I was like, you know what, we used to have them on every corner and we didn't, and so I literally threw together in 2 weeks this huge pumpkin patch. And that was my inspiration behind that. And then now they're on every corner, and I can't compete with them. And so, so I don't. But even we would park people at Mountain Breeze several years, and
were y'all doing it like 5 years ago still, roughly?
yeah, that's when I started it.
Because
I
remember.
knew nothing about this.
Yeah, I remember.
And we were parking
during,
there.
Yeah,
So
during
you see what I mean?
during our festival. Yeah, I remember up there because before Soggy came in, that was an empty field, and those trailers were coming in and out with the hay bales and stuff.
Yeah, that was us.
People were waiting there to get on the ride.
Yeah.
That would have been like, I think that was our year 1 or 2. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we were still just kind of like, all right,
What the hell?
we're just asking our friends to
I was
come
doing
out.
that with my Fall Fest every year too. What the hell? What the fuck?
We weren't running ads. We weren't doing nothing. We were, it wasn't until 2022 we brought in the damn quails, and then like I said last year, it's like trying to like.
He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he's good people.
Such a good dude.
My idea is like every other year do like a songwriter retreat one year and a Jam Down the River song retreat, and then the next year be a festival. So we'd still do like Thursday, Friday be like the retreat, and people could still buy tickets to be a fly on the wall with like scheduled catering and like canoe. So it's more like for us songwriters to enjoy ourselves. Yeah. And then Saturday do a big show,
Yeah, I know there's a couple of them that like Rio and a bunch of the boys go to, Reed Brothers and what have you, that they go to.
The reasoning for it would just be like to kind of still an excuse for all of us to get together, and then also doing it in that structure and be set up where we could hopefully get it all sponsored, or it's like, all right, this is instead of payout deal, it's like pay in, and we've done all the math, and it's like $100 a person, but you're gonna have a cabin, you're gonna get fed 2 times a day, we're gonna go on these trips, and we'll have media there, there'll be video cameras, just kind of like a whole weekend of just enjoying each other and like having promo, and then do a show at the end of it.
I think that would be a really cool vibe down here, especially with as many musicians and that are all here and that want to be here, and with all your animals around here. We've always wanted to do like a petting zoo. I could literally
all
go
stuff,
nuts with this whole thing. I could really, especially if you guys did, the singer-songwriter, or just to incorporate extra little things that nobody has. I've always been the strange bird, been the different one, and if I have too much time to think, I can't do it. But if you throw something like this at me 2 weeks prior to and say, hey, you want to shit a festival? I'm like, let's shit a festival. Let's freaking do this. And
I'm kind of the same way, actually. I mean, I've been forced to plan all this stuff ahead of time, but when I have the whole year to fest run, it almost like it drives me nuts.
I can't do it. I was talking to Renee Trevino, and they, her husband's a big comedian, and she's got her shows and stuff that she does, and she's so a planner, like it's got to be. And I'm thinking I would lose my ever-loving mind. There is no way. I would go insane. I would I just can't. I'm
currently doing that. The insane part.
I literally would. I would just be there's just no. But 2 weeks prior to, I won't sleep for 2 weeks and I'll get it. But it'll be.
I'm kind of a procrastinating cram kind of person. But so with this, unfortunately, there's like pieces, and you run business. There's certain pieces that just have to get done.
That you have to do.
So it's like everything's on schedule, everything's going right, but like
that's
I've
what
just
I push
been
off to
tuned
that
in.
person. That
Well, that's
to my Nick, I'm pushing Nick. This is the one that we need to know in 2025.
Yes.
On June the 12th at 4 o'clock, we need to have this set up, and she'll
That's what I was just talking to her about. I've got a new A&R agent I just hired, and she was like, you need like an assistant. And I'm like, I do. I can't afford one. She's like, I was like, now you make this record go, and we might start making some money. Then I'll get an assistant. But I feel that like that'd be, and that's like with the festival to listen to them, like of slowly set that up, and but still, it's like they're more than willing to help me and do all that stuff, but it's also like I feel guilty. It's like I want to, and with the artists too, like I want to pay everybody. I want to have a business that's like profitable and like everything's going, which maybe that's my own like, just a me thing that I can't stand anybody helping me or whatever, but they're happy to do it. I'm happy to have all their help, but that'd be nice to get to that point where it's like the festival has a whole crew running it and I just show up. and then
Yeah.
everything's done, everything's handled. You know,
That would be epic, but
have a meeting
I'm gonna
every
just
now
let you know that will never happen if you're anything like me. You just gotta know.
Well, I'll be involved. I want to be
Yeah,
involved, but
yeah,
like,
I'm the one that walks up and goes, "Oh, thanks for your help." But okay,
yeah,
now we
yeah,
can
yeah.
begin.
Right. But still, they carried
Sure.
it in there and put it down, and
Yeah.
then you get to come in and adjust it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
I
still
have
okay.
a really hard time with coming in and taking over things.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. A lot of people appreciate it. A lot of times I don't realize I'm doing it.
Yeah, I can be the same way.
Yeah.
I was like last year we had.
Don't be surprised if I just jump in and help at your
yeah.
gig.
Hey, I'll take. No,
I'll
I'll
start
take it.
fixing the rugs on the stage, making sure your cords are where they need to go. Nobody trips and falls.
I literally just.
I'm the only
got
one
to
that can trip
point.
and fall. I fall all the time. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last year we had a Dan Greenlee. He's a volunteers at all kind of festivals like Old Settlers, Kerrville, and stuff. Like he's just in that world, and he saw our post about volunteering because he wanted to see John Fulbright. So he's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll be there.
Nice.
And he shows up, and yeah, last year I was only able to get like a few volunteers and stuff, and then a few friend volunteers
Yeah.
stuff like that. But so we had like our official meeting every morning and went over everything, and then everything that I said I was not going to do and that they were going to do, then I'm over there doing it with them. And there was this tent thing that we bought, and it's the first time like a big pipes and like
Yeah.
you know, it's pretty big. It's like 16 by 16, pretty big tent. And I'm over there like messing with it. I'm like, oh, you put this here, and I was so happy to like have him because he's an older gentleman, like, and he's been doing this a long time.
Right.
And he like yelled at me, and he was like, you go do. He's like, you need to have other stuff to do. He's like, we got this.
Yeah.
He's like, what am I here for? If, you know,
Right.
and like kind of yelling at me. And I was like, thank you. He's
But
like,
you
he's
need
like,
that.
No, and he told me, he's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I've seen this a million times. He's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, all these people here want you to tell them what to do. And I'm like,
Right.
that doesn't feel right. And he's
Yeah.
like, they don't like it that there's no direction.
Right.
It's your job to direct. And I've directed like in work life, and I was like, but you know, we're all getting paid, and it feels different. And it's
Yeah.
like, but what it took him, like, he kind of shook me up last year.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, do this, you do that, do it, and they were all super happy to be like, because
My kids are that way. The ones that
Yeah.
have worked with me for a very long time. Polo runs my resort down there, and he grew up with my middle son, and that kid is one. He will put my ass in check that
Yeah.
I need,
Yeah.
because if not, he's like, would you just stop? Go
Yeah.
away. I
Yeah.
know I've been putting up this fucking canopy for the last, every time we do
Yeah.
anything, I've got, and can do it with his hands tied. But he's been with me so long that he knows enough to where, I might shed one tear. I don't know, maybe two, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I enjoyed it.
But sometimes it takes somebody to just go
because mine
put your ass in check.
is it. I mean, there's definitely a percentage of it that's like micromanaging, but then there's a bigger
Right.
percentage. I just feel so guilty.
Yeah.
I just can't. I'm like, oh, I need to help you do it, or I need to do that,
That's me.
or hey, I can't watch you mop
Yes.
the floor. Here, let me help you with that.
That's
It's
me.
like, and they
Meg's she's seen me do some things. She's like, I cannot believe you're doing this right now, and I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, there's nothing I won't jump in there and do.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
so that's what it turns out that way. But yeah, I was very happy to have Dan. I mean, his help physically, but then like
Yeah.
on the I guess the whatever on that side of things too, just be like
Almost
you
like
need
the
to go-
admin side.
Yeah, he's like,
kind of
go run your festival. He's
Yeah.
like, I was like, oh, you're right. Okay, cool. And then went and did all my stuff, and yeah. And then he would come find me. He's like, all right, well, we're done here. Like, you know,
What's next?
Cool. So he's coming back this year. So
Nice.
I'm very happy about
I
that.
can't wait to meet him.
We got a decent sized volunteer crew this year, so it's
That's
like,
awesome.
so yeah, I'm ready to be like, see all this stuff? It needs to go up here and all
Yeah.
this stuff. And I was another thing that I learned last year with those volunteers was, you know, I kind of needed to be there because I didn't know how it was set up or where to put it.
Right.
So last year I took pictures of everything, and now it's like, okay, so here's the stage. This is how
That's
we
good.
normally set it up. Like here's roughly where we set it up, and you know, this is where the banners go, and then they
Right.
can reference that and just do it on their own.
Yeah.
Or I can stand there and orchestrate too. But
Or you can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can just let Dan handle it and you can sit down and have a cold beer.
yeah.
Pretty sure Dan's got it under control.
Well, I have made a promise to myself. Like last year was supposed to be the year, but this year Alyssa, so she's always helped out, but like this year she's acting GM, and then I got Sean Ryan on the stage, you know, stage managing. Between the two of them, it's like, all right, my goal is to like I'm gonna be a little drunky poo over there
Step
myself.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just like, you guys know what to do, and I'll be right there. It's not a huge festival. It's not like I'm gonna be hidden, you know. I'll be around, but
It's taken me a long time in the resort side. Like I said, we've had it for 10 years, and it's taken me. We have a lot of regulars that come. They book a year. Some we've now let them to where they're booking 2 years in advance. But we have it's taken me a long time on Saturday nights because we have live music every weekend at my place, and to sit back and leave on a Saturday night and not be there to control the riffraff or to maintain the bar or to make sure that the sound is good or to make and these kids have been with me for a long time, so I've gotten much better at it, a lot better at it, but
I know, I see that
it's
look in your
still there. It's still there where I'm thinking, nope, I'm not gonna do it, and then I turn around and there I am.
Yeah.
But
right behind the bar or whatever.
Seriously, I do, and I love it.
Y'all
though,
need more ice. Y'all need to load out your bar back. And,
I am. I do it. I do it all. I love it, and I do, and I love our clientele, and I love our customers, and yeah, if I'm not there when they get there, I get it, and that's why I keep doing it, because they're like, "Where are you at? Why aren't you here? Where are you? We've been waiting for you since Friday," and blah blah blah. And yeah, with us doing the podcast now and so many other things, there's just I will literally just be there on Saturdays, and it's really cool because so many of them have my cell, and sometimes that's good.
That's
sometimes,
fun. Yes, that's
sometimes
fun
you're like, what in the actual hell?
Yeah,
But
that's what we put out all this correspondence with like the artists, and they're the thing is they're all my like except for like the headliners, which hopefully will become my friends too. But like it's like most of these people I know on a super personal basis, so it's like I think they're finally catching on, but because I've had to explain to them, it's like they show up and instead of hitting up the stage manager or hitting up the GM, as we've instructed, they text me like, "Hey, I just got here. Where do I go? What do I do?" And I'm like, I got 50 of y'all sending me the same text. And then I got friends that are coming. I got families coming. The campground's texting me, sponsors, like, hey, and like,
you just want
to
chunk your phone in the freaking river. Yeah, we have people show up at the resort all the time, and they'll pull up and go, "Can you tell Tiffany I'm here?" And they know now, like, if they even say that. Yeah, just to charge them extra.
Yeah.
Don't tell them to go down somewhere else.
Right,
I don't want to hear it. I don't. And they know. No, she said I could. No, she didn't.
Right.
No, we know her way better than that. She did not say that. She did not.
I'm fortunate, but I haven't got any of that yet. But
oh, it's coming.
No,
you ain't dying. Yeah.
Well, it happens in different ways, where, people, and I don't know, I'm not ill will towards anything like that, but I was running a business, like, oh, can you help me here?
It's hard, and it's hard to put your foot down. It's hard to say no. It's hard
like,
to.
I want you all to be here for free, but which goes back to that, like, and we're doing all right. It's definitely it's growing.
I got a nice bubblegum machine if you want me to bring it out.
Okay, we'll stick it.
We'll find a little area, throw it at Paul's walls. I'm kidding, Paul. Yeah. Just kidding.
He might come unglued.
Maybe Lance might, maybe Banshee might, but I don't know. No, we won't do that. I'm just kidding.
See, now I'm gonna have to come up with a name for you. I think I should order some off Amazon. The little "Hi, my name is whatever."
Yeah.
We'll put them at the front gate.
We probably have a shit ton of them.
We'll just give
somewhere.
people goofy names and stick
them on there.
Yeah.
As they come in and check in.
Yeah, first
By
timer.
the way, that's
You're
kind
Lance.
of a cool vibe. I don't know that I've ever been to a festival where they just name you right when you get here's your wristband and here's your weekend name.
Yeah. Here's who
Take
you are
it off
now.
on Sunday before you leave.
Yeah.
Before you hit the office on Monday.
And it's also kind of a cool concept in a way, because at least the OGs, like Burning Man's, like the whole idea was to take your stuff out there and like burn whatever you wanted to leave behind.
Oh
Like we kind of do that same kind of ethos of like, hey, you get a new name when you come out here, you can be a totally different person.
Totally
and then
different person.
Leave the name when you're out, and then you can go back to your real life.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be a good concept.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're absolutely welcome. I love when my fuck ups just turn into something creative, which is kind of like the story of my life. Oh, did you run over that? I think I just hang that on the wall. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, it's throw a little paint on it, something.
Yeah. Well, it's like, Shaky Graves. That's where he got his name from. Hanging out at Old Settlers Festival, I believe is where he's in his story, he says a festival, but I'm pretty sure it was Old Settlers because he was one of those OGs out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, him and his friends were all, inebriated, high, whatever, just giving each other funny names. And his was Shaky Graves, and now it's like,
boom,
everybody knows Shaky Graves. Yeah. What started as some goofy around a campfire thing.
I know.
And I think I have that right. Don't fact check me, though. It's better. My story's way better.
I like it. I think if it's not, everybody should just run with it.
I'll just go with it.
Stick that on Reddit or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's a conspiracy. We'll just start. Let's run with it. But I think that's the backstory behind it. But and festivals in general, like it's just I've spent a lot of now running this one. I don't go to as many because it's a lot of focus on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to. And still get out to quite a few, but like I love it. There's nothing better than like a good festival and like camping, your friends, and you get dirty and stinky, and then you go home and
Yeah.
wash all your sins away,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like a reset.
It is.
So now that we're doing one, I'm pretty happy to.
I like the going one year and going the next year, and kind of I like to watch them grow and the improvements and the
Yeah.
changes, and I like to watch things evolve like that.
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it gets really big, and we'll have the next Coachella on River Road. I don't know.
Hey, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as we have the bathroom situation and that under control, I'm good
what
for
we
that.
need. It's serious. Like once you get into the big numbers, you get into the 20, 30,000, 60,000 people at a festival. Like, it's serious business.
My very first concert I went to was Jimmy Buffett, and I almost went to jail along with several others, but the bathroom situation was so bad that people were putting up blankets because it was one of those where you take
Yeah.
and peeing behind them, and
Right.
so they came and literally pulled down, and I was the one peeing behind the blanket. But I
Oh,
mean,
no.
of course I was.
Yeah, I bet you
Yeah.
can't include.
Yeah, and I was like, they were like, knock it off. But I mean, good Lord,
What are we supposed to do?
what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
And I mean, those are things that you think if you're going to have a festival
Exactly.
with 60,000 people or however many
Yeah.
it was, you're going to have to think that there's a couple, 2, 3 turlets are not going to be, that's not going to manage the situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that
people
and
are
cra-
either
you know,
going to
there's-
walk around and start pissing themselves. Like,
Right. Yeah, that they got whole companies that are just in crowd control and stuff. And like
Yes.
you get that big, you gotta have plans and stuff. And
or you
that's
better
what-
expect chaos.
yeah, and that's what we've
Better expect the quilted bathrooms.
right.
Yeah.
So if chaos does break out, we still have the facilities for it. We have the employees for it. We have whatever we need.
Right.
Opposed to just like, well, cool, we're gonna make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but
That was one concept that
somebody
when Mile
dies.
Zero Fest started, that was their concept, was to, they had the space for a certain amount of tickets, and they said from day one they would only,
yeah.
they would cap it out at this
Yeah.
because they never wanted to be that.
Well, too, it's for
And it's a totally different vibe. I mean, it starts off, at the amphitheater, but then, and now they've got different stages in the place, and so yeah, it has gotten very big, but they have changed it up a wee bit, and you're gonna see some musicians, and you're gonna miss most, but but you set up your lineup how you want to go and do, and
well, it's the experience. Like, I mean, that's what we're ultimately. I mean, for us artists, it's
people
like
spend a lot of money to go see you guys and
Yeah.
go do this, and you want them to.
it's the experience.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
you're. I mean,
Well, I'm glad you came,
yeah. glad to hear.
Dustin and Lance,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna see Banshee. So, and if y'all need to.
Hopefully, no Banshee.
Hey.
You don't want to see Banshee.
Shut up! It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It's
Maybe
gonna come
Saturday
out.
at 4:00 in the morning.
Okay, so Saturday 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Still got to get a ticket to get in.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, in a jam down by the river, Mountain Breeze, New Braunfels, Texas, on River Road. We will be sharing, following, posting all the things, links. Reed Brothers, local guys in New Braunfels. You guys come and see them on Thursday nights.
It's definitely worth the money.
It is
It's
worth it.
it.
Yeah.
So.
There's cabins available at Mountain Breeze, tent
And-
camping, RV spots. We also, if they are booked, you're welcome to come to our place, Gypsy
Yeah.
River Resort. We'll also put a link on there. We've got cabins, we've got bungalows, we've got a river house, we have RV spots, we have tent spots,
Yeah.
showers, all the things. Yeah.
Definitely
so
send them your way for
it
sure.
is.
Because
It's gonna be a
I think
good
we have
time.
like 2 left. So
Yeah.
they'll probably be
Perfect.
I'll link you on the site. We'll send them down your way.
yeah, and we'll shuttle you guys back and forth. We're literally within walking distance. It's not
Too,
far,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, because they
we
can
will.
walk the river too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't even have to get out on the road.
Well, if they
That's
go through the river, there's a bunch of private property. You know.
I thought there was that road that connected everybody. but
No,
yeah.
you don't want to do that.
Yeah, we'll shove it.
Yeah.
I'll take
yeah.
you in the golf cart myself.
There you go. There you go. And I'll have my Jenny out there. We'll be running around. So we've got
Cool.
plenty of golf carts too. So,
Awesome.
but yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, been good
Lance.
talking to you.
And we are definitely doing the Behind My Name Is.
yeah, I'll get some stickers made up.
Yeah.
And I'll come up with a name for you. I'll come up with
It's
a good
gonna,
name
oh,
for
it's
you.
going to be good.
And I'll
Ooh,
just
I
send
like
you-
surprises.
So,
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
October 17th through the 20th, 2024. This a couple weeks. Mountain Breeze, New Braunfels, Texas, on the Quad.
yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank y'all. See y'all there.
I put a blessing on it. Too real, this ain't metaphoric. We just put the I in iconic.